Calgary Flames are struggling, but they may have a golden opportunity on their hands. With the team now on the outside looking in, and the offense as dry as the Sahara Desert, the team needs some help, and they may just get the chance to fix that. With the college season winding down, free agents can sign with NHL teams, and there's one player in particular who could be a perfect fit in YYC. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. And let's hop into this golden opportunity. I do also apologize. My voice isn't totally all there. Went a little too hard in karaoke last night for one of my friends' birthdays there. But let's hop in and look at this article here. It comes from Ryan Pike from Flames Nation. You know, the Flames guru himself. And he writes, so Flames interested in top college free agent Carter King. And this is originally kind of reported from Frank Saravalli of the Daily Faceoff. So let's hop in here. So over at Daily Faceoff, Frank Saravalli posted his rundown of the 7 top NCAA free agents in this year's class. There are 3 players with Flames connections, including a Calgary kid that, according to Saravalli, the Flames have interest in. And already we're seeing green flags for this organization. Yes, there are some great players around the league that are from Calgary. Think of guys like Cale Makar, Braden Point. We can literally go on further. But either way, it's a big thing for players to, want to play in Calgary. That's something we struggle with. So being from Calgary, you might want some interest in playing here. You know how great of a city it is. That's already, alarms are ringing. Bells are going off. We know this is a good sign. So let's get into the main man himself, Carter King. He's the man on the thumbnail. He goes to the University of Denver. He's actually the captain of that team as well. And King attended Flames development last summer. So he's already familiar with the organization, which is fantastic to see. A team struggling could maybe use a player of his caliber. We've seen other teams, in past seasons pick up a guy who ends up being really, really good for them. The one that comes to mind for me especially is Matthew Nyes with the Toronto Maple Leafs. But here is the quote from Saravalli. So he said, he may well be king of the class, had to throw a pun in there, of course, of undrafted free agents for 2025. The two-time NCAA national champion at Denver is also team captain. King checks so many boxes, and what he might lack in size at 5'10", he's even shorter than me, he makes up for in compete, character, and class. What did Marcus Stroman teach us back in the day? Height doesn't measure heart. King is a consistent scorer, setting a new career high in goals with 18 at Denver, where he's also been nominated for NCHC Defensive Forward of the Year. There you go, defensive forward when we need offense. Still, a forward, and especially a good one, is something we need. It sounds like the Calgary Flames are one of the teams interested in the Calgary kid. He's already 23, so he could only sign a 1-year entry-level deal. And why not go after that? I mean, it sounds pretty good. Let's see what Ryan Pike had to say. So King is a 23-year-old left shot forward who plays center for Denver. So already, look, a lot of people will be saying, we want young right shot centers, but come on, he's checking so many other boxes. For those of you that have rooting interest, he played his minor hockey for Lake Bonavista. No way, so he's from the south side of the city. He has 18 goals and 34 points in 36 games this season for Denver, the second of back-to-back 30-plus point campaigns, which a lot of people who don't know anything about NCAA hockey will say, 30-point seasons? That's terrible. That's actually not too bad in college hockey. He's the team captain and has won 2 NCAA national championships with the Pioneers. A good little team name there. Now, the one thing I did want to pull up was, of course, the hockey DB. What's kind of this guy's history? So he's actually played 5 seasons at the University of Denver, but obviously one of them kind of didn't count. It was a pandemic year. He only played 3 games and got 1 point way back in 2021. But this season, as we see here, again, 36 points in 38 games, almost a point per game is a very good, a perfectly even split between goals and assists is definitely something you're looking for. Last year, he was also very good, 34 points in 37 games, almost a point per game once again. Even as a younger guy, looking at kind of his junior and sophomore seasons there, putting up decent points for someone who obviously wasn't, getting first line minutes or anything. And then as you can see, he's also played in the BCHL. We've seen a few NHL players come out of there, had one good season when he was quite young, and even threw in one game in the AJ with the Calgary Mustangs. Point per game player in the AJHL. That's fantastic to see. But that's kind of where Carter King kind of lies in. Is this a golden opportunity for the Flames? Should the Flames pull the trigger on picking up a player like King, who really, I mean, again, if he's from Calgary, he plays center in a time where we are so thin at the position. Maybe it'd be worth a shot. Would he even play this year, though? I'm not too sure. But either way, it is a cool report, and it could be a golden opportunity for sure. But that's not all. As we saw before, there were 7. Saravalli listed his 7 top free agents, and a few were linked to Calgary. So I'll go over some other candidates that were mentioned in the article by Ryan Pike and by Saravalli himself, of course. Not going to obviously look at all 7, just the ones who were linked to the Flames, of course. The first one, Gleb Veremayev. And if you are a regular on the channel, you'd know that we've actually spoken about this guy before, believe it or not. But he goes to Colorado College. So he is a 21-year-old left shot forward born in scenic New Jersey. Veremayev attended Flames development camp in 2022, and that's why he's already has links to the Flames, because he was part of the development camp a few seasons ago, which again is great. That familiarity with the organization is a very good thing, especially if you're familiar with the city or at least some of the other young guys involved. It's a good thing. So he's in his junior year with Colorado College. He had a great offensive season in 2023-24, so last year posting 28 points in 37 games, but his production has backslid a bit this season with just 16 points in 34 games. That said, he's still 6'4" and 205 pounds, so you can understand why teams would be interested in him. And there you go. I know a lot of people in the fan base will say, hey, a 6'4" forward, we love a bit of size. We've had our fair share of smaller guys over the years, especially recently. Sure, some have left the organization, been traded away, but either way, a lot of Flames fans love some size, so that's why you could get interested in Gleb here. But let's get into his hockey DB. So he's played the last 3 years with Colorado College. Again, as we just saw, his point total has dipped quite a bit this year, but I know we need some offensive help. Maybe he wouldn't provide that, but it wouldn't be bad to have a player like him in the system for sure. I mean, the Wranglers are also struggling, so think if any of these guys could help out the Wranglers as well. Last year, 15 goals, not too bad at all. His upbringing played in the USHL, where, of course, obviously Matty Coronato played as well, but he played with the Lincoln Stars, put up some okay seasons offensively, but again, definitely more of a size guy, as you can see in his USHL career. Definitely put up a lot of penalty minutes. So if you're looking for maybe a bit more of a bruiser, he is your guy. And we'll get into one last candidate here, and let's talk about John Prokop, who plays at Union College. So he is a 23-year-old left shot blue liner, this time another defenseman, from Wisconsin. Prokop again attended Flames development camp in 2023. He's in his junior year with Union. He has 26 points in 34 games this season and boasts some nice size at 6'3" and 190 pounds. So he is tall and he puts up points. He's another offensive defenseman. So again, when we could use some offense, maybe that's your key, but really we need help at the forward position. But again, another good offensive defenseman in the system isn't a bad thing. Even if he never plays an NHL game with the Flames, that's someone you can use that has trade value or can be used in other ways to help out the organization. So why not? Last year, the Flames organization added a pair of players during the college signing season, adding Sam Morton on an NHL deal and David Sillier, I actually don't know how to pronounce his name, on an AHL deal. We'll see what activity they get up to over the next few weeks as collegiate teams finish their seasons and student athletes make decisions on their hockey future. So the Flames clearly have a little bit of pull from college free agents, so we could potentially see it again. Let's get into Prokop's little career here then. As we just saw his statistics, I don't know why HockeyDB doesn't have it, but here, I'll go back for 1 second. So as we saw here, 26 points in 34 games, pretty dang good. His other seasons, point per game pretty much last year with Union College. Now, obviously, it's not as crazy of a division of college hockey, but still very good amounts of points, a good production. He's also played in the USHL quite a bit, put up a fair amount of points, not exactly the best plus minuses, especially if you look at his last year with the Buccaneers there, but another option for sure that the Flames could look at. So maybe, just maybe, there is a golden opportunity on our hands. And why not try and talk about something positive when it seems like most of the fan base is talking about very negative things, which has validity right now. But hey, why not look at something that at least has some sort of glimmer of hope? Now let's get into the comment of the day to wrap up this video. It comes from yesterday's vid about kind of what Steve Dangle said and his comments towards Wolf, saying that he has a case for MVP, not just Calder or Vezina, but MVP, the Hart Trophy. And this was a good comment here from Arise. They said, just from the thumbnail, which of course had Steve Dangle on it, all I can think is, if you're a goaltender, tend the goal. We love that meme. And Wolf has been tending the goal like a champion. Boy, has he ever. He's someone who does not get caught out of position very often. So, yeah, so very good to see that there. A nice little humorous comment there. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's just a pretty famous meme. But either way, love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like we saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.